Greetings and welcome aboard to the Heavy Metal Truckers, where we give our thoughts and perspectives on all things heavy, even if you don't like it. We are your hosts. Unfortunately, Frosty cannot be here at this moment, but we are going to be recording his portion as well, and we'll be interlacing it into the video shortly. But in this video, we are doing a review on the latest album from Paradise Lost, Ascension. Doppler, take it away.
Where am I going? No, I'm just kidding.
Wherever the road takes you.
So Paradise Lost. When did I first hear about Paradise Lost? That's an awesome question. It's been a long time. I've known about them. I know they existed. I've probably heard a song here or there. But they've never been a band that I have really followed, you know.
Yeah.
They've never been a band that why, I don't know. I guess because I was into what I was listening to and it was all I was listening to. I didn't really branch out much.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah. You know, I've never really delved into them until we started doing this channel because you were a fan.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've always known what kind of music they play, so I wasn't going into this blind. Plus, we'd already listened to 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah.
You know, so it allowed me to kind of go into this with a very open mind.
Mm-hmm.
What songs did we listen to? We listened to Serpent on the Cross.
We listened to Tyrant's Serenade and Silence Like a Grave.
Okay.
Or Like a Grave, something.
Cool. So it was 3 of the first 4. That's what I thought. Okay. So I told him before he saw this, I was surprised when I saw this. That was 12 songs long, if you include the bonus tracks anyway.
Yeah.
So it was an hour long, but you don't really see albums that long anymore.
Unless you're dealing with Funeral Doom or Doom.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At least in the metal industry, you don't see it a lot. But anyway. I really enjoyed his vocals. I thought his vocals were very good. His cleans and his harshes. You could clearly understand him in his harshes, and his cleans had a nice
He's excellent.
feel to them. I enjoyed the guitars. They had a nice melodic feel at times. They were very clean. Had some, as I like to say, a lot of good grooves to them. They were pleasant to the ears. The drums were solid. The bass was solid. A lot of the atmospheres of the songs were solid. Everything individually, I absolutely loved it. But for some reason, altogether, I couldn't quite get to loving it overall. And I couldn't even begin to tell you why.
Do you think
because there's no reason I shouldn't have.
Do you think maybe potentially, because we've discussed this many times before, one thing that can make or break the experience of the album is the track listing order?
It's possible. It's possible. Because, hold on, I sneeze again. But anywho, I'm getting over a cold. I'm trying to anyway. But anyway,
YouTube shit. There's so many people that have been coming down with shit.
Crazy. But yeah, literally, I liked everything about it. But for some reason, when it was all together going through the album, I couldn't quite get to the point of loving the album. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was solid, and probably even great.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I couldn't fall in love with it, and I don't know if it was because of the way they did track listing, or just the day I listened to it was just a bad day from, I don't know, you know.
We can all understand there's some albums, like, not to cut in, but there's some albums where you have to you listen to it numerously, and each time you listen to it, you're going to get a different perspective of it, whether it's from an analytical perspective of enjoying, or just background. What's it like whenever I've just had this as a third wheel thing going on, and it can give such different responses in that sense.
Yeah. Now, I didn't have a chance to listen to this album more than once because I listened to it the first time like 2 days ago. Because it dawned on me, I was like, oh crap, we got to listen to this for this week.
Of course.
There's a song on here.
There's many of them.
We did. Let's see, Paradise.
Yeah, I've already got the track list
that
up.
we listened to.
We've listened to Circle on the Cross, Tyrant's Serenade, and Silence Like the Grave.
Yeah, there's one specifically out of those three that I want to point something out in terms of how it relates to the rest of the album. To me, anyway.
Okay.
Come on, stupid ad.
Oh.
Just gotta remember which one it is. Okay. It's Silence Like the Grave. Okay. So, Silence Like This Grave had a what is the term I'm looking for? Melody in it that was like, you know what I'm talking about?
It was at the beginning, I think.
Yeah. Well, it was in other parts of the song too.
Mm-hmm.
But in two other songs of the album after that, they brought that melody back, but in a different tone. I don't know if you noticed it.
I did.
I don't remember which song it was. There was another one, it was the same melody, but it was in a different tone, like a different key or something.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that, which I thought was kind of cool, because it helped bring some cohesiveness to the album.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where they didn't bring the melody back, they brought the same tone or key back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which song it was, again. But I said, that's the same exact key that's in it that matches one of the keys in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought that part was cool that they did that, because it brought some cohesiveness to the album. Yeah. Without it being overdone to where it sounded like they were copying those. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I cannot say anything negative about the album. I like everything about it. If not loved everything about it, but I couldn't fall in love with it as a whole for God knows what reason.
Just because.
Yep. So for score, I'm giving it the highest score to an album I can give that I don't fall in love with, which is a 7.75.
Reasonable. Okay. So, I discovered Paradise Lost. Like, I knew about them years ago, but just never got into it because it was, at the time, again, I was listening to other stuff. So the first time I really delved into Paradise Lost was when they released Obsidian. I know it's pretty damn recent considering their long ass discography. However, that being said, I loved that fucking album, and I've been trying to. I've been working on it.
It was their last album before this one.
Obsidian.
Yeah, it was the one right before this one.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Okay.
So I've been actively working on doing a cover to Fall from Grace, which absolutely love it, and it's on at this point it's actually one of my warm-ups that I'll do before I start trying to play some other stuff. But that whole album was just fantastic, and then I started listening to other albums and greatly enjoyed them because Paradise Lost has one key factor about them that I absolutely love, and it's the fact that whenever they release a track or release anything, they don't half-ass it at all, and they give it everything, and I don't see that a lot anymore. And it's you could be someone that just enjoys doom metal and be listening to it and enjoying it, or you can be someone that's got a glass of fucking brandy and you're analyzing every aspect of a track, and you'll be able to have a discussion with either yourself or someone else regarding the track, much less the whole album. So Paradise Lost is so good at what they do. So whenever Ascension came out, I'm like, okay, it's been a little bit since they put out Obsidian, and it's more than likely because they're trying to get it right. They're, from the aspect of doom metal or death doom, they are the Opeth of their genre. They don't half-ass anything, and they get into what they're doing, and they think of nothing but being able to excel. So I knew this album was going to likely be amazing, even if it had some old school kind of material in it that I would have been on the teetering edge of, because they have changed their sound. But all that being said, I knew I was probably going to enjoy this. So Serpent on the Cross was the first track they released, and the music video was just a fucking acid trip. But I listened to the track just without the music video. I definitely liked it more without the music video, because I
actually agree with you on that.
Yeah, it was so good. You didn't have an acid trip to distract you from the greatness that track holds, like especially the rest, and then the going into the doom metal towards the end. It was just yeah. Tyrant Serenade. My God, guys. My God. It is my absolute favorite track on this album.
I agree.
Potentially one of my all-time favorite tracks. Overall. I am in the works on doing a cover to this, because I listen to this album multiple times, because it's been a while since we had planned on doing this. Every time Tyrant Serenade came on, I listened to it to a minimum of 2 times. As soon as it ended, I restarted it, because I loved this damn track so much. It just has this solid fucking groove throughout the whole thing. It's such a focus. The melody in the leads is extremely inoffensive to me. Like, I'm not someone that really likes leads, but I loved what they did with this just so much. And vocally, it's just absolutely
it's got
amazing.
a great sound.
Yeah, fucking astounding. Salvation, definitely a good one, and it's kind of where they begin to step into the death metal aspect of them within part of the track. I don't remember where, but it fits nicely. Silence Like the Grave, to my understanding of Paradise Lost, this is them kind of like taking some steps back and saying, yes, we do remember where we came from. This is some of that older sound, a little bit of we still have, but we're blending it into what we sound like now. But it's still damned good, especially especially within the composition of the album itself. Like a Wreath Upon the World was their ballad, or their slow ballad, and it was so good. It's just like hearing Opeth whenever they just have a straight death metal thing, progressive death metal thing going on, and then they have a hit like Porcelain Heart. They go slower, they go a little bit softer, but it's still excellent. Diluvium. Not gonna lie, I don't remember much of it, but it was good. I remember that much. Savage Days. There was actually a part of that I didn't care for, and you're gonna laugh as to why. Because vocally, he started sounding like Corey Taylor. Not that I necessarily.
It's funny, because there were times in here where I thought he started to sound like James Hetfield, but that's just me.
Well, he absolutely would, but he started sounding like Corey Taylor. Nothing really against Corey Taylor, but sometimes I like Corey's more aggressive vocal style and his uncleans. So, not that he's a bad vocalist at all, but just it kind of caught me off guard, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the sound. But regardless, still great, still a solid track. Sirens, kind of the same as Diluvium. I don't entirely remember it, but it was still good. Kind of the Deceivers was really good as well. The Precipice, was a damn good one. Had solid groove, and this, especially This Dark Town, A Life Unknown, all great tracks, just great enders. This album proved again, Paradise Lost is almost a gold standard for the death doom genre. They have made their mark that this is their genre, and that if anyone is interested in getting into death doom or trying to create a group that is like that or a side project, this is kind of where you're wanting to be within the realm of, just because of how well it's composed and how you could. There's a lot of progressive groups, progressive death metal, progressive rock, where the progressive side of them allows them to kind of run some different aspects, but they're so good at what they do. Opeth, Rush, there's another one I can't think of off the top of my head. Dream Theater, Queensryche, just amazing groups, amazing what they do, and they've created gold standards within the genre. Paradise Lost is just like that, to where they're not confined to the genre. They're still within the realm, but they'll do different things that stay within the realm, but make it so fascinating that you just get lost in it. This album was so goddamn amazing. I'm giving it a 9, and you better fucking believe I got the album too. Like, I could not help it. I knew I was going to love it. And Paradise Lost did not disappoint. I still want to get a shirt from them, because honestly, one of my favorite groups. The same with November's Doom when it comes to death doom as well, but on a much smaller scale. But yeah, solid 9 from me. Guys, again, either wait, do your due diligence, wait for your next album, or next album after this, or if you want to call it quits on this one, you've done your duty and you've done it well, and I wish you all the best. But take your time when it comes to these things, and this is what I want to see from artists, is them taking their time to create masterpieces. I probably went over my usual 10 minutes that I try and limit myself to, but this album needed the explanation that it did.
So, my history on Paradise Lost is this channel. As per almost everything on this channel. What is that? I think I don't remember which single came first. It was either Serpent on the Cross or Silence the Grave. Silence in the Grave. So that was Silence, like, what? Something silent and grave. That was that was my very first time listening to Paradise Lost. If I remember correctly, both Doppler and Pincushion were like, you have to listen to them. So I was like, okay, we'll go for it. Yeah, because you both were pretty adamant on me checking out Paradise Lost. And then you were both talking about, well, see, this is some good stuff, but you gotta listen to some of their older stuff too. So yeah, definitely. But that is my experiment. I was about to say experiments. My experience, my experience with Paradise Lost. So yeah, 2025. Good stuff. Absolutely not a good year. My perspective on this album. So as the album progressed, I got more and more of a what would be the right word? I got more of a like a feeling or something that it was like, it was getting more and more like it was sounding a bit like Metallica, maybe a little bit heavier, which I didn't have a problem with at all. I think it actually worked very nice as the album progressed onward. I still need to go and listen to Obsidian. I have not done so yet. But I do remember the both of you going Obsidian, Obsidian, Obsidian. So I did have a couple of, I want to say like 3 songs on the album that really stood out to me. The one that I thoroughly enjoyed more than the rest of them was Salvation. That one was very well done. I enjoyed it. I mean, you got asked for the most part, it was kind of a slower song. However, it worked so well and so beautifully, and I greatly appreciated all of that. Let me see. What was it? Another one that really hit was Sirens. And then the third song was Savage Days. Was one that I enjoyed. I think, yeah, like I think most of the songs on here that I really enjoyed were the more on the slow side than anything else. So like the softer pieces. I mean, if I'm being really honest, I don't fully remember it as much. Yeah, I mean, I had to do a quick listen through here. If I remember correctly, I mean, it was a pretty decent song. I mean, it flowed very well. I mean, all the songs really flowed very well, one after the other. Oh yeah, I mean, it says a lot when I'm not the biggest fan of death metal or doom metal, and I thoroughly enjoyed almost the entirety of this album. And on top of that, they don't do, to use an I want to say either outdated or just overly used term. They didn't really like sell out and just do what everyone else is doing because that's what's selling. They made it their own while still making it catchy and enjoyable. Absolutely enjoyable. Yes, I definitely enjoyed this album. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of death doom metal, but this was very, very well done. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know what it is about clean vocals. They really hit very well for me. I do appreciate, I don't know, like a distorted vocal. Oh no, it really does. And the best part, the reason I thoroughly enjoyed it is because it didn't take away from the cleans, nor did it feel like it was just like thrown in there or like just haphazardly, absolutely. It was like, yeah, I mean, it felt like it needed it. And that I feel is what, the growls and all that should be within, singles and all of that, and I thoroughly that's part of the reason why I listen to the bands that I do is like I feel that their screaming and all that absolutely flows and kind of feels necessary at that point. I believe I feel, hey, you're going to listen to them soon coming on. Okay. I mean, I'll probably give it like a track or two a go around. Bloodbath, you said. Yeah, I'll give a track or two like a listen and kind of get a feel for it. I'll probably, like you said, it's not always something that I'm into. However, I've been surprised on this channel with all the different styles that I've heard. So it could easily be something that I might enjoy. My rating on this would probably be an 8.5. I truly enjoyed this album. I mean, I feel that I might be more generous than the both of you, but as far as like in general with the different albums and singles or whatever that we listen to, however, like I really, really enjoyed the flow of this album. I really enjoyed the lyrics, the instrumentals, even the production of it was outstanding. So yeah, I definitely got to give this an 8.5. It really wouldn't surprise me. Like this one, it was just as amazing as like November's Doom's new album. I thoroughly enjoyed both of these albums, and I truly believe that that's why. You know.
So, that being said, thank you guys for being here with us. I think we've both kind of stated what we needed to.
Yep.
If you have any opposition, for whatever reason, fight us in the comments. Until next time, guys, whether musically, lyrically, or quite literally, keep rolling heavy.